Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our first lecture of the pre-intermediate students book. We have Unit 1, Getting to Know You, Tenses, Questions Using a Bilingual Dictionary. Tenses and questions. Check it. Choose the correct verb form. Number 1. Hassan comes or is coming from Syria. The correct tense is Hassan comes from Syria because we use the present simple because the fact is always true. Hassan comes from Syria. Number 2, he speaks or is speaking Arabic and French. The right tense is he speaks Arabic and French because it is always true. We use the present simple. Number 3, today Tom wears or is wearing jeans and a t-shirt. The correct form is wearing because we use the present continuous because we have the word today. So the right form of the verb of number 3 is wearing. Number 4, are you liking or do you like black coffee? The correct form is do you like black coffee? Number 5, last year she went or goes on holiday to Florida. The right form is went because there is the past tense last year. The time expression last year, so the correct form is went. Next year, number 6, next year she studies or is going to study at university. The right form is going to because we have the time expression next year which we use it with the future. As you remember, we use for future the present continuous and going to and also will. Match the question words and answers. What? These are question words with the WH word. What? The answer is a sandwich. Who? Jack. Where? In New York. When? Last night. Why? Because I wanted to. How many? 4. The answer is 4. How much? $5. How? By bus. Whose? It's mine. Which? The black one. So these are all WH questions and WH words that are used in questions and the correct answer of these questions. Vocabulary using a bilingual dictionary. Bilingual means ثنائي اللغة. كيفية استخدام القاموس الثنائي اللغة. Look at this extract form of a French-English bilingual dictionary. هذا صورة عن قاموس إنجليزي فرنسي. Okay. Here we have the N dot. هذا مختصر noun. مختصر كلمة noun N dot. The part of speech. When you see this in a dictionary, means the part of speech and equals to the word noun. Here we have the translation. This is an English book and the translation in French. Livre means book in French. We have the information in brackets. For example, this of tickets, etc. Information in brackets helps you to find the right translation. شنو فائدة المعلومات اللي بين قوسين؟ تساعدكم حتى تجدون الترجمة الصحيحة. So here when you see in a bilingual dictionary information between brackets, it helps you to find the right translation. Here as I told you before, when you see these two slashes and between them the sound of the word, for example here book, here is the sound of book, means the pronunciation and phonetic symbols. Here are phonetic symbols and of the word book. So when you see these slashes and inside these slashes are letters or sounds, then they are the pronunciation of phonetic symbols. For example, here the book, the pronunciation book, book between these two slashes. Okay. Nouns and verbs are in the same entry. You see here noun dot and here the verb. Verb means they are in the same entry. في المدخل الواحد إنه أكو noun وأكو verb هاي الكلمة. ممكن هاي الكلمة تجي كnoun وممكن تجي كverb. Okay, here hyphen ing it's something like a hyphen لكن هيجي بها مائلة means repeat the head word. So this word is booking. ما يحتاج إنه كل شوية يخلون كلمة book مثلا book for noun, book for verb or booking or booked as this booked. فيخلوا لكم هاي العلامة means repeating the head word. شنو الهيد وورد هنا book. فهنا مثلا هي معناها هنا أكو book booking or هنا إيدي booked. So this symbol means repeating the head word, sorry. So this word is booking. هذا الhead word هي book. هنا تخلوها means it means it is the word booking. Here other words made with book come afterwards. Okay. أكو كلمة book وهنا مثلا وراها bookcase, bookseller, bookshop, bookstall. فهاي معناها أكو كلمات أخرى مع كلمة البوك تصبح كلمة. For example, bookcase, bookseller, bookshop, bookstall. So here are the other words made with book come afterwards. يعني تأتي الكلمة بعد كلمة البوك. So here is the explanation of a bilingual dictionary. What are these words? Write if they are nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, or the past tense. Here, bread is a noun. Bread is a noun. Hot is an adjective. Write is a verb. Quickly is an adverb. Beautiful is an adjective. In is a preposition. Never is an adverb. Went, it is a verb, but it is a past tense. Past tense. On, preposition. Came, it is a verb, but it is past tense. Eat, verb. Letter, a noun. These words have more than one meaning. These words have more than one meaning. Write two sentences that show different meanings. For example, here the word book. The word book has two meanings. First of all, I'm reading a good book. معناها أنا أقرأ كتاب جيد. هنا كلمة book يعني أتت بمعنى كتاب. Sentence 2, I booked a room at a hotel. هنا إجا كلمة البوك as a verb. I booked a room at a hotel معناها حجزت غرفة في فندق. إذا هنا جتي كnoun book and هنا جتي كفعل. فمعناها this word book has more than one meaning. A book كتاب and booked هنا استخدمت كverb يعني حجز. حجزت أو أنا حجزت. Here, the word kind. You can use it with more than one meaning. For example, the first, sentence or the first question. What kind of music do you like? What kind يعني هنا أنا ما نوع or what type هنا. What kind of music do you like? The second sentence, my sister is a very kind person. Here the word kind معناها جتي بمعنى لطيفة or nice. So the first sentence or question, what kind of music do you like? And the second sentence, my sister is a very kind person. فهنا الاختلاف في معنى كلمة kind. هنا can. The first one, can you swim? يعني هل تستطيع السباحة? Can you swim? And the second sentence, you can use the word can as I'd like a can of Coke. I'd like a can of Coke. هنا جتي كلمة can بمعنى علبة كولا. فإذا the first one, can you swim? And the second one, I'd like a can of Coke. Mean, here the word mean. The first sentence we can use it. What does this mean as a question? What does this mean? ماذا يعني هذا? And the second sentence you can say some people are very mean. يعني بعض الأشخاص كلش mean يعني شلون نقول إنه يعني خبثاء أو قلبهم أسود. فهنا mean the first one, what do you mean? Or what does this mean? And the second sentence, some people are very mean. طبعا هاي كلها نفس السبيلنج نفس الكتابة ما تختلف. flat هنا ممكن نستخدمها أول استخدام بمعنى apartment يعني شقة. مثلا I live in a flat. أعيش في شقة. I live in a flat. The second sentence we can use it as Holland is a flat country. flat هنا مسطحة يعني هولندا هي دولة مسطحة. فإذا the first sentence with the word flat is I live in a flat, and the second one is Holland is a flat country. Play. First one we can say do you want to play football? هنا كلمة يعني تلعب. Do you want to play football? The first sentence. The second sentence, we saw a play at the theater. We saw a play at the theater يعني رأينا مسرحية في المسرح. فإذا تأتي هنا كلمة play ككلمة يعني معنى يلعب. Do you want to play football? And the second one تأتي بمعنى مسرحية. We saw a play at the theater. Train. The first sentence we can say the train is coming. القطار آتي. The train is coming. And the first and the second sentence, we can say athletes have to train every day. يعني الرياضيين يجب أن يتدربون. هنا train يعني يتدرب كل يوم. فإذا the first sentence the train is coming, and the second one athletes have to train very hard or every day. Ring. The first sentence the phone is ringing. The phone is ringing. The second sentence you can use the word ring as what a lovely ring. The first one the phone is ringing يعني التليفون يعني دا يدق التليفون شلون احنا نقول بالعامية. the second one what a lovely ring يعني انه محبس جميل. هنا تجي محبس او خاتم جميل. Reading. Communication. How many different ways can people communicate? Read the text quickly. Read the text quickly and match the headings to the paragraphs. عندنا 4 باراجرافات بالreading. You match the heading. كل paragraph تخلي له الهيدنج أو التايتل من بين هاي ال4. So I'm going to read the first paragraph. People, the great communicators. We can communicate with other people in many different ways. We can talk and write, and we can send messages with our hands and faces. There is also the phone, including the mobile for chatting and text messaging, the fax and email, television, film, painting, and photography can also communicate ideas. So, the heading for the first paragraph is how we communicate. How we communicate. The first paragraph, the heading of the first paragraph is how we communicate. The second paragraph, animals have ways of exchanging information too. Bees dance and tell other bees where to find food. Elephants make sounds that humans can't hear. Whales sing songs. Monkeys use their faces to show anger and love. But this is nothing compared to what people can do. We have language, about 6,000 languages, in fact. We can write poetry, tell jokes, make promises, explain, persuade, يعني نقنع, tell the truth or tell lies. And we have a sense of past and future, not just present. So the correct heading for the second paragraph is differences between people and animals. Differences between people and animals is the correct heading for the second paragraph. The third paragraph. Communication technologies were very important in the development of all the great ancient societies around 2900 before Christ. Paper and hieroglyphics transformed Egyptian life. The ancient Greeks loved the spoken word. They were very good at public speaking, drama, and philosophy. The Romans developed a unique system of government that depended on the Roman alphabet. In the 14th century, the printing press helped develop new ways of thinking across Europe. The correct heading for the third paragraph is a history of communication. So the heading, a history of communication, is the correct heading for the third paragraph. The fourth paragraph, radio, film, and television have had a huge influence on society in the last 100 years. And now we have the internet, which is infinite. But what is this doing to us? We can give and get a lot of information very quickly, but there is so much information that it is difficult to know what is important and what isn't. Modern media is changing our world every minute of every day. So, the correct heading for the fourth paragraph is Communication Today. Communication Today is the correct heading for the fourth paragraph. So here is the grammar reference of Unit 1. Tenses. This unit has examples of the present simple and present continuous, the past simple and two future forms, going to, and the present continuous for the future. Present tenses. He lives with his parents. She speaks 3 languages. I'm enjoying the course. They are studying at university. So here lives and speaks is the present simple, and I'm enjoying are studying is the present continuous. The past tense, he went to America last year. She came to England 3 years ago. Here went and came are the past tenses. Future forms. I'm going to work as an interpreter. يعني مترجم. Interpreter يعني مترجم. What are you doing tonight? So here are the future forms, going to and are doing. Questions. Questions can begin with a question word, as I said before: what, where, which, how, who, when, why, whose. Where's the station? Why are you laughing? Whose is this coat? How does she go to work? What, which, and whose can be followed by a noun. What, which, and whose can be followed by a noun. So what size do you take? What sort of music do you like? Which coat is yours? And whose book is this? So here, the word size, sort, coat, and book are nouns because, as I said, what, which, whose can be followed by a noun, which is generally used when there is a limited choice. بصورة عامة which تستخدم من أكو اختيار محدد. For example, which is your husband؟ هذا فشي محدد. The blonde one or the dark one؟ لكن هذا القانون it is not always true. For example, here we can say which newspaper do you read؟ إذا ماكو limited choice، ماكو يعني a limited newspaper. What newspaper do you read or which newspaper do you read? How can be followed by an adjective or an adverb. إذن ورا الهاو تجي أما adjective or adverb. For example, how big is his new car? How fast does it work? How can also be followed by much or many, not only by an adjective or an adverb. How can be followed by much or many. How much is this sandwich? How many brothers and sisters have you got? Questions with no question word. The answer to this question is yes or no. Are you hot? Yes, I am. Or no, I'm not. Is she working? Yes, she is. No, she isn't. Does he smoke? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. And can you swim? Yes, I can. No, I can't. معناها شنو هنا؟ هاي ال questions does not have a question word. ماكو who or whose or which or what. So the answer is either yes or no. Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. The form. Verb forms with an auxiliary verb for positive and question. She is reading. The question is she reading? They are watching a film. What are they watching? That is the question. She can drive. Can she drive? That is the question. Verb forms with no auxiliary verb. In the present simple and the past simple. بالمضارع البسيط والماضي البسيط there is no auxiliary verb. In the positive, بالpositive, with the present simple and the past simple there is no auxiliary verb. لكن تنتبهون انه بالpositive. For example, they live in London. High positive, a positive sentence. He arrived yesterday. So there is no auxiliary verb in the present simple and the past simple in the positive. Do, does, did is used in the question. For example, do they live in London? Or where does Bill come from? Or when did he arrive? So do, does, did are used or is used in the question. Thank you.